Angel DiCarlo of Grand Design RV, along with Mike Bontrager, who's the production manager for Solitude. We're talking not just about Solitude today, but all our brands. Really a golden thread with the mylar tape, and you'll see that on this side right here, versus the competitors. You're going to see butyl putty often used. Mike, kind of just explain the difference between the use of the mylar tape versus the butyl putty.
The way your competitor, our competitors will do it is they'll put butyl tape behind their rails. And as you can see in here, you'll see that you can't really see any butyl tape. And right here, you're on the surface. And then we left this on so you guys can see it'll start to ooze. And when it oozes, it'll actually break the caulk away from it. And you'll have to be scraping the butyl. And Angela, why don't you get in here and scrape this butyl, and you can see what kind of pain it is to having to scrape that and the maintenance of that.
That's a lot of fun. I mean, that's gonna take me all day, versus obviously if we're using the mylar tape, we don't have to worry about this, right? I mean, right. That's the beauty of the mylar tape. I mean, look how long this is gonna take me to do, and I haven't even done it right. You know, I mean, obviously I could be better at this, but man, that's a lot of fun. You know, I'm not having, man. So if we had, but that's the difference. With the mylar tape, you're not worrying about this scraping. The maintenance is much lower, and you don't have to worry about doing all the work that I'm doing right here.
Yeah, the mylar has a much cleaner look. You can see with the butyl how far it'll hold the rails out from the sidewalls, but on the mylar, we're up nice and flush with the sidewalls. It's a consistent gap, and you don't see any waviness with it as like you do with the butyl.
And obviously, I had tough time here. I still don't have it looking great, but there's so many other areas where you're going to have this. This is just a very small area that you have.
I'm just showing you the rear rail, but in the competitors, you'll have it around the windows, around the reefer openings, the baggage doors, your water heater. So all those openings, you're asking for a potential butyl oozing out.
And here at Grand Design, the openings you mentioned, we seal those with PVC foam, and like the mylar, it's not gonna break down. And we put a second layer of protection on with silicone as well. So, you know, again, with us, it's less maintenance around those openings, whereas with butyl, the oozing out will be a pain, as you were saying.
And it won't be solid all the way around, but it'll be wavy, and so you're gonna have to, especially during the summer, go through and maintenance that, because if any areas that will have caulk, which will be most areas, you're gonna have caulk voids where the water will get in.
So yeah, I got done with one section, then I gotta go do this somewhere else. It's something that's gonna continue to be a problem, and year after year it's gonna be a problem.
Especially your first 2-3 years, it's going to be a major problem. After that, it might slow down a little bit, but it's going to continue to be a problem.
Okay, and then the other factor, so we solved an issue with the maintenance factor, because you know, the mylar tape is a big benefit there. We don't have the maintenance like you would on the butyl putty, but there's also an issue with water that often happens with butyl putty as well.
See, with your mylar, you have a plastic backing. The mylar will not dry out. We know that caulk and butyl will dry out. So mylar is our primary seal, will not dry out. Butyl, as your primary seal, will dry out. So everybody puts caulk on the outside, and the idea is the caulk will eventually crack. You'll always want a maintenance. And so with this, with the mylar, you have a plastic backing. Let's say your caulk cracks, you don't see it happen, and water gets behind it. The water will get back to the mylar. The mylar has a plastic backing going and wrapping your walls, and water can't get into your walls. And the idea is that the water will come and ooze out of the bottom. And with the butyl, if the caulk cracks, you're just asking for water to get in behind your wall, causing a delamination.
All right,
and that's not that. We're still just talking about the rear wall rail, but remember, that's windows, that's everything. what the competitors will do.
All right, so you're talking about delamination issues that could be increased. So, you know, overall.
Going into the floor, rotting your floor out.
So these are all extra problems, and then this is something that you're not going to be able to handle yourself, right?
No, you're going to have to go to the service, either it's at your dealer or at the trailer factory where they build them, where they're service centers. But you're not gonna drop the unit off one weekend and get it the next weekend. You're gonna be without a unit, an RV for a couple months.
So the bottom line is, you know, you're saving yourself on maintenance. It's going to be a lot easier to have the mylar tape versus the butyl putty in terms of maintenance, but also you're gonna prevent the fact that you're not gonna have as many issues with delamination and things like that. So these are the advantages you're getting with the mylar tape, which you're gonna see not just on Solitude, you're also gonna see it on Momentum, you're gonna see it on Reflection, Imagine, and Transcend. It is a golden thread for Grand Design RV is the mylar tape, and one of the many reasons you need to go out to your local dealer and check out Grand Design RV.